Yes, it is the finals of the Women Basketball League going on right there in Surulere. That's the National Stadium in Lagos. And a lot of action has been going on for the past 3 days. The finals, who is going to be the champion of the NBBF Basketball Women League 2023. Good one. After 2 years, this league was not up and running before it was put together because of all the hiatus, the issues surrounding the Federation President, that is the Nigerian Basketball Federation presidential issues. It has been into court on, and eventually the Women's League was not up and running for about 2 good years. But finally we have the league, and now it is the final phase. The final will be going down today at the National Stadium in Surulere. Who is going to be the champions? Air Warriors, who won the Savannah Conference title to represent the Savannah Conference, and then we have the Bayelsa Blue Waves, we have the Customs, and then we have these teams slugging it out right there in Lagos. Who is going to be the champions of the Women Basketball League 2023? I told you on Wednesday that the winner is going to represent Nigeria at the BAL Africa, that is the BAL Basketball League Africa, where we'll have one of our teams representing Nigeria in that competition. That is what they are going to be fighting for, with a lot goodies to go with it. Okay, we have, as you can see on your screen, we have this result. It was a cracker. This was a match that everybody actually had to see between the MFM of Lagos and then the Bayelsa Blue Waves. This is also a team that was formed this year, early this year. That is for Bayelsa Blue Waves, and they got to the final 4 of the Women's Basketball League 2023. It was 59 to 54. MFM had to dig it deep in the last quarter, winning 9. That is the fourth quarter. They won 19 to 14. Now look at the score. In the first quarter was 12-10. Second quarter was 18-18 all square. The third quarter was 10-12, and then the last quarter MFM had to raise their bar 19-14, and the total score for MFM of Lagos was 59 to 54, and MFM had 100% record in these finals. They didn't lost all of their games till today. That will be the finals will be going on, and everybody will be looking forward to MFM to actually scoop the Women's Basketball League title 2023. And then in the other game, Nigeria Customs against Air Warriors. These two teams are for Buja. 41-42, very close. The first quarter was 13-14 in 14 for Nigerian Customs, and then 14 for Air Warriors and 13 for Nigeria Customs. Second quarter was 0-6, a very poor one for Nigerian Customs, and then the third quarter was 12. The power change hand in the third quarter. Air Warriors scored 12 to 6 of Nigerian Customs, and then the fourth quarter was 10-12. It ended 41 in favor, 41-42. Air Warriors leading the charge, and in today's finals, MFM will be coming up against Bayelsa Blue Waves. Who is going to be Air Warriors? I beg your pardon, against Bayelsa Blue Waves, where MFM will take on Customs. And we know Customs, when it comes to the Basketball Women's League in Africa, they've always been doing tremendously well. So in the finals today, we will know who's going to be crowned champion. MFM has not lost a game. Are they going to lose the final? Let's wait and see when the action begins right there. From 2 p.m., action will tip off at the Lagos Stadium, that is the Surulere Stadium right there in Lagos, and whoever wins the title this time around will represent Nigeria at the BAL Africa. Congratulations to all of the 4 teams, because it is not easy. We heard about how many teams that started from the Savannah Conference and then the Atlantic Conference, streamlined to 4 teams, and the 4 teams, kudos to them. It's not easy for a league that has not been up and running for 2 good years, and today we have the final after the league was put together by the Nigerian Basketball Federation. So congratulations to them, because teams have not been in action for 2 years, and at the end of the day, they were still able to hold their own, and they still translated that at the FIBA Afro Basket Championship, where Rena Wakama took our ladies. The first time a woman will win that continental title, and Rena Wakama of Nigeria did that very well. They won all their matches in Rwanda, came back with the trophy, and they smiled home with some cool dollars in their kitty. And as it stands, let's see Air Warriors, MFM, Bayelsa Blue Whale, who represent Nigeria at the BAL Africa. Good one for the Women's League that it eats up and running. Okay, let's leave basketball and go straight. We can't stop talking about the Super Eagles, because the Super Eagles they are our own, and we know what is ahead of us. The AFCON 2023 to be played in 2024 in Cote d'Ivoire. And we know before Jose Pizarro signed his contract, a lot of calls was made that he should take pay cuts. Some persons from some quarter say he should be sacked, that he's not the man for the job. He came to Nigeria to collect money. A lot of talks going on in the media and outside the media space. People were talking, but at the end of the day, the NFF technical committee, the people in charge of hiring coaches and firing coaches for the teams, for the various national teams we have, had to go to a roundtable talk with Jose Pizarro, and they asked him to take a pay cut. And at the end of the day, the details of that contract was not too made public. It was a sketchy details of that contract. But now Jose Pizarro says his players, that the Super Eagles player with sheer determination, asked him to take the pay cut and stay with the team, that they want to win the AFCON 2023 title in Cote d'Ivoire. And that was why this slogan, the mantra, "Let's do it again," came up, and they had to release a music. The Super Eagles team released a music to that. I never knew they can sing as I playing football. They released a music to that title, "Let's do it again." And now Jose Pizarro said the team, his players, asked him to take pay cut so that he will stay with them. And that is what it is for Jose Pizarro. We are expecting a lot from him. We want Nigeria to win the Nations Cup for a record 4th time. We won it last time in 2013. We won in 1980. We won in 1994. We remember that group. After that, we went straight to the World Cup, USA 94, where Nigeria became the 5th best country in the world. That was after USA 94. We got to the 2nd round. Good one. Ever since then, Nigeria has not actually tested such glory any longer. Football started dying from late 2000s. We know in 2000, Nigeria, Ghana 2000, if you remember Julius Agawa against Senegal in the semi-final game, and we played the finals against Cameroon, we lost. So a lot of things has gone on with the Super Eagles. So we want to win the Nations Cup for a record 4th time. Jose Pizarro, are you ready? Is the team ready? These guys have determination, but we have a problem in the goalkeeping department. So he should look at that area, and Uzoho cannot keep quiet. He went to the media and was saying, if you can do it, come and stay in between the sticks. And for Uzoho, we don't want you. I'm saying it straight from 360 Sports on Trust TV that Francis Uzoho is not the goalkeeper that we should take to the AFCON. Jose Pizarro, I know you can hear me. Uzoho cannot lead us to the promised land if we actually want to win the Nations Cup. I know I'm not a coach, but with what we have seen, he's not capable. We have capable hands. Go out there and scout for players. All right, let's leave Super Eagles story and go straight to Europe. If we talk about the men, we should also talk about the women. Fantastic one from Chiamaka Nnadozie, the Super Falcons goalkeeper. She was super on the night for Paris FC. After she kept this team in the Champions League, she also she kept a very penalties shootout against Arsenal, and she did that again against Wolfsburg, another strong team when it comes to women's football in Europe. It was 2-0 in favor of Paris FC, aggregate 5-3 it ended in favor of Paris FC. And Chiamaka Nnadozie, one fantastic goalkeeper. We saw her heroics in the World Cup against Canada, where she saved the almighty Sinclair's penalty, and she was rated one of the best goalkeepers in the Women's World Cup in the last time out. So she also put up that scintillating performance, superlative performance against Wolfsburg ladies of Germany when they met in the second leg of the qualifying round of the Women's Champions League. 16 teams through to the second round, to the quarterfinals of to the major competition. We have 16 teams, the likes of Chelsea, Paris FC, Real Madrid women's team. They've all qualified for. But for Chiamaka Nnadozie against Paris FC, she was fantastic. As you can see on your screen, these are the full list of qualified teams. We have Barcelona Femino, we have Lyon, another strong team. They have won the Women's Champions League more than any other team in Europe, just like the way Real Madrid has won the Men's Champions League than any other team in Europe. We have Bayern ladies, we have Chelsea women, we have Slava Prague, we have Real Madrid, we have Rosengard of Norway, we have St. Pauling, we have BK Häcken, we have Roma, we have Ajax, we have Paris FC, we have Eintracht Frankfurt, we have Brann, PSG and Benfica. The good thing is that we have two of our Super Falcons players that were playing in the Champions League. We have Paris FC Chiamaka Nnadozie, and we have Christy Uchebe for SL Benfica of Portugal. They are also champions of the Portuguese league. So we have two of our Nigerian fantastic players to play in the Women's Champions League. Also, I beg your pardon, we have Asisat Oshoala with Barcelona also. So about 3 Super Falcons players will be playing in the Women's Champions League. All right, let's have the full result. Let's have the full result of how the second leg of those games went. We have Voxla Potava women 1, Roman Femino 6. In aggregate, 9-1 it ended. In aggregate, we have Olympia Cluj women 0, Slava Prague women 6, 11-0 aggregate score. We have Rosengard women 5-1 against Spartak Subotica women, 7-2 aggregate score for Rosengard. We have Sparta Prague women 0 and Eintracht Frankfurt ladies 3. Aggregate 8-0. We have VfL Wolfsburg ladies against Paris FC, like you know, Chiamaka Nnadozie team 2-0 against Wolfsburg ladies, and aggregate was 5-3. Ajax women beat Zurich women 2-0, and aggregate score was 8-0. Let's have the second side of it. Let's have the second side of the teams. We have Brann ladies 2-0 against Glasgow City of Scotland, 6-0 aggregate score. We have FC 20 women 1-2 against Häcken ladies, 4-3 it ended on aggregate. St. Pauli women of Austria 0 and Valor women 1. But at the end of the day, it was 4-1 aggregate score for St. Pauli women. We have Valerenga women 0, Real Madrid Femino 3 against Valerenga women, and it ended 5-1 aggregate score. And PSG Feminines beat Manchester United ladies 3-1. Aggregate score was 4-2. And Benfica, like I said, Christy Uchebe's team 4-0 against Apollon Limassol of Cyprus. Aggregate score was 11-0. So the first game ended in favor of Benfica women, and the second game 4-0, and aggregate score was 11-0. I don't know if Ayola is ready to join me all the way from Benin City. Okay, if he's ready, he's going to join us. All right, like you know, Chiamaka Nnadozie spring out superlative performances, strong performances for her team, and it was actually a good one for Chiamaka Nnadozie. This is what we say when a player is good and you get all the praises and all the accolades in the world. And for Chiamaka Nnadozie, somebody just on the flip side of it right now said they should invite Chiamaka Nnadozie to replace Francis Uzoho for the Super Eagles. I just laughed about it. But if you look at it, Chiamaka Nnadozie can stay in between the sticks, but we know it is an impossible thing. It cannot happen for a lady to come and stay in between the sticks for the men when they are playing. But the truth is, for Chiamaka Nnadozie, after Precious Dede, we've seen another fantastic women goalkeeper. And when it comes to goalkeeping department in Nigeria, we don't lack them. We have them in abundance, we have them in quality, we have them in numbers. And I'm surprised that Jose Peseiro has not actually been able to identify the person who is to man the sticks for the Super Eagles. But for the Super Falcons, I think Chiamaka Nnadozie, this is a lady that came into the picture in 2018. She was second choice, and for her beautiful performances against Zambia at the 2018 Nations Cup, that was when she got her first chance, and good one against South Africa also. From there, she has remained the #1 choice goalkeeper for the Super Falcons, dethroning Tochukwu Oluehi, who is also in Europe doing what she know how to do best. So it's no, not Europe right now. She's in Saudi Arabia alongside Plumter, who they played the last time together in Al Ittihad, and Plumter scored a hat-trick. That is for the Super Falcons. So we have the good goalkeepers in Nigeria. Let's just go out, scout them, and get them for our various teams. So congratulations to Paris FC, congratulations to Chiamaka Nnadozie, congratulations to Barcelona, congratulations to Asisat Oshoala, congratulations to SL Benfica of Portugal, and congratulations to Christy Uchebe. We want to see the likes of Rashidat Ajibade, who plays for Atletico Madrid Femino in Spain, also playing in the Champions League. So these are some of the beautiful moments and good one. You know, when you play in this Champions League, they say it is the father and the mother of all leagues in Europe. Well, as you know, when the Champions League is in town, they said it's made for the champions. Good one for all of the teams, the 16 teams that made it through. Let's see who will be crowned champions at the end of the day. Barcelona women are the champions. They defeated Chelsea in the final. So good one for all of our ladies playing their trade in Europe. Okay, let's take these transfer news now from the English Championship. Good one. Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi, these two players stayed back in Leicester City. There were speculations of them leaving Leicester City. A lot of teams from Turkey, England came calling for Kelechi Iheanacho, and also Wilfred Ndidi got some good teams that lined up. Bayern at some point, Manchester United, speculations, rumors about these two players leaving Leicester City because they were relegated last season. But at the end of the day, these two players decided to stay with Leicester City, and they are making life easy for Leicester City in the championship. They top the championship table. Fantastic player, the two of them for Leicester City. And Wilfred Ndidi has bounced back to life in his new role, playing behind the strikers. And for Kelechi Iheanacho, he has been fantastic for Leicester City this season. And Enzo Maresca, the coach of Leicester City, said no, these two players are not going anywhere when the January transfer come calling. And we know these two players will be going to Nations Cup. How will Leicester City handle the absence of Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi? Well, I'm not the coach of the Super Eagles, but from the look of things, these two players will be going to Nations Cup, except injury happens or something else, something bizarre happens that these two players will not be going to the Nations Cup. But the coach of Leicester City has said no, these two players are not going anywhere when the January transfer windows open. And we know January, a lot of injuries used to happen in teams. And for Leicester City, I think they want to do what Newcastle did. They went to relegation and they came back. So I think that's what Leicester City wants to do right now, because they are doing well in the championship and they are topping the table, sitting comfortably at the top of the table of the English championship. And Enzo Maresca, the coach of Leicester City, has said these two players will not leave Leicester City. So good one. If they decide to stay back in Leicester City in January, it's not bad at all. It's for them to help the team and bounce back to the English Premier League. Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi have been fantastic this season for Leicester City. Okay, let's take this another transfer news. It concerns another Nigerian. It's a good thing that all our Nigerian players are doing well in Europe right now. You cannot take that away from them. Like I mentioned on this show, right now we have about 7 good strikers that can fit into any team in the world, and we have one of them on the show this morning. That is Liverpool has joined Chelsea, Manchester United for the raise of Victor Osimhen. Now Liverpool, £97 million is what Victor Osimhen is rated, £97 million, and Liverpool joined the race to see if they can also prize him away from Napoli. Will Victor Osimhen leave Napoli for Liverpool or Chelsea or Arsenal in England? which of the team will Victor Osimhen probably go to? Is it Chelsea? Is it Liverpool? Is it Arsenal? And maybe out the outsiders, Manchester United. But Liverpool now has also joined the race. It's a good thing that we have 3 top clubs in England vying at least wants Victor Osimhen in their team, and whichever team Victor Osimhen decides to go to whenever he wants to leave Napoli, he can go to Chelsea, he can go to Liverpool, he can go to Arsenal. He's going to get playing time in all of these 3 teams. I don't see any of these 3 teams that he cannot fit in. Even Manchester United, if he goes to Manchester United, he will also fit in into that team. But now Liverpool has joined the race for Victor Osimhen. The price is £97 million slapped on him. So let's see if it's going to work. All of these are speculations for January transfers. But for Victor Osimhen, he said he's happy in Napoli. Let's see how happy he will be when January comes, or probably he will finish the season in Napoli, and then at the end of the season, he heads out of Napoli. So that is the way it is. Liverpool joining the race of Victor Osimhen right there to see if they can actually sign Victor Osimhen. All right, let's take this one quickly. Borussia Dortmund could sign Jadon Sancho in January. We know what has been happening to Sancho and Ten Hag. These two will I call them, these two persons has not been in the best of a relationship. Sancho and Erik Ten Hag has been at loggerhead, and they've asked Sancho to issue an apology to Erik Ten Hag, but he said no. The guy is adamant of doing that. Both of them has actually threw some tantrums to each other. Sancho going to the media, and he was saying that he was fit. Only God knows why the manager is not playing me, and that did not go down well with Erik Ten Hag. Erik Ten Hag was the first person that granted that interview that Sancho is not showing more in training, he's not giving more to the team, and he's not fully fit. And Sancho went out and said, no, I'm fit. Only the manager knows why he's not playing me. And you know, when you want to tell your master you know more than him, you know what that means. And that is what Sancho is suffering right now. He has been frizzled out of the team. He's not even part of the first team. He's not even allowed to come close to the first team. Even at the Carrington training ground, Sancho is not there. So, well, if Borussia Dortmund, the people that actually made him a world star, comes back for him, is a good one. If he asks me to give him advice, I will advise Sancho to actually go back to Borussia Dortmund if he wants to actually revive his career, because right now Erik Ten Hag is not looking at him at all, and the only thing for Erik Ten Hag to be at peace with Sancho is for Sancho to issue a public apologize to Erik Ten Hag, but he has said no, he's not going to apologize. Let's see how long Sancho will say no to saying sorry to Erik Ten Hag, and if that happens, if he did not say sorry, then he can eventually goes to Borussia Dortmund come January. So let's see how it turns out at the end of the day. The good news is that it's not only the European players that are on the transfer news. We also have our top boys, the big boys of Nigeria, the Super Eagles players on the transfer radars of this big team in Europe. Okay, that is where we'll leave it on the show 360 Sports this morning. I beg your pardon that Ayola couldn't join us via Zoom from Benin. Subsequent shows, when everything is sorted out, he will join us on the show. Thanks for watching. I am Emmanuel.